Signs that you are a programmed individual in society. Signs that you are a programmed individual in society. A lot of motherfuckers gonna be mad at this video. Oh well, I ain't come here to give fairy tales. Alright? So let's go. Sign number 1. You care what others think. You give a fuck about what somebody else think about you. You give a damn about what somebody else think about you. It could be any situation. It could be anything. It could be you coming out here making a video right now. People be around you. You give a fuck that motherfucker's looking at you or whatever. Whoop-de-whoop. You give a fuck if somebody, you know, have a problem with how you come off, how you approach them, how you speak to them. You care. You too much in your ego, right? You care about what others think of you. That's number 1. That's sign number 1 that you are a programmed individual. You care what others think. This can be in any scenario whatsoever. It could be the tiniest scenario ever. If you still give a fuck, if you let their thoughts affect you, then that you are a programmed individual. You're programmed because you're not supposed to give a fuck about what other people think about you. Sign number 2, you don't think for yourself. You need somebody else out here to teach you how to move around. You need somebody else out here to teach you what to do and teach you how to make this next move and make that next move and make this next move and make that next move. See what I'm saying? You can't think for yourself, right? You got to ask people's opinion. You need people's opinions in order for you to get by in this world. You need other people's opinions in order for you to, you know, achieve your goals and achieve your missions. Woo-de-woo, right? So that's sign number 2, that you are a programmed individual and that you need to learn to think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's sign number 2. Sign number 3, you let other people's words affect you. That kind of ties in with, you know what I'm saying, you care what other people think. You let other people's words affect you. So if you got a mother, if you got a father, if you got whatever, you know what I'm saying, you let their words affect you. So if your mom is getting on your ass like, oh, son, why you doing this? Son, why you doing that? Or if your dad getting on your ass, oh, son, why you doing this? Why you doing that? You let that shit affect you. If you actually, you know, lower your self-esteem because of what they got to say about your ass, and that's sign number 3, that you are a programmed individual. You shouldn't let nobody. You are your own person, right? But see, growing up, motherfuckers in society, you know what I'm saying, higher elites up in that control this world, they programmed us to believe that we supposed to believe and be what our parents tell us to be. No, you're supposed to be what you want to be. Yeah, you can, yeah, as you like, you know, 1 through 18, you got to listen to them and do what they tell you to do because you under their roof. You know what I'm saying? But after 18 and shit like that, when you legal, you're supposed to think for yourself. You're really supposed to think for yourself before that. You see what I'm saying? But okay, that's sign number 3, that you are a programmed individual. Sign number 4, that you are a programmed individual. You can't take action independently. Meaning, this basically ties into you don't think for yourself. You can't take action independently. You need a man or you need a woman. You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit by yourself. You can't make a move by yourself. You can't go get that job by yourself. You need somebody to come and help you apply for it. Or you can't learn and go on YouTube, search up your shit and do your research of what you need to do, woo-de-woo, you know what I'm saying, by yourself. You let other people, you can't do things independently. You need to learn how to move independently because at the end of the day, motherfuckers just leeching off you out here, right? Motherfuckers is just leeching off you. At the end of the day, you may think that somebody rocking for you, you may think that somebody on your side, but really, they only on your side, quote unquote, on your side because they getting something out of you. Right? But when you do things independently, you progress in life. You move in life. You see what I'm saying? You reach that next level. But if you still under your motherfucking grandma that got all this money, or your mama that got all this money, or woo-de-woo, and you just relying on them to keep giving you this and giving you that, and you can't do shit independently, then that's another sign that you was programmed. All right? Sign number 5, that you are programmed. You have fear. Oh yeah, this one of the main ones, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the main ones. If you got fear, and see, everybody was installed with fear, but you got to get that fear out of you, right? See, they try to scare your ass in this joint. They try to scare you. Everywhere you go, motherfuckers going to try to put fear in you. But when you showing that you don't got no fear, motherfuckers back the fuck down, right? At the end of the day, fear is an illusion. All this shit is fake. This realm that we are in right now is fake. All this shit right here is fake. So what's the point of having fear? We do not die. You don't die. You know what I'm saying? That's another sign that you are programmed, that you care about, you know, dying. You give a fuck about death when death is an illusion. We are immortal beings, multidimensional beings. You see what I'm saying? So with all that being said, that's another sign right there. Sign number 5, that you are a programmed individual. You have fear. Take that fear out. And this can be fear with anything. This can be, you know, you scared to go perform in front of your classmates. You know what I'm saying? This could be that, you know, you scared to stand up to your pops. You scared to stand up to your mom and tell her, hey, I don't want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do this and that no more. I don't want to do this and that no more. I want to move on my own time, on my own frequency. Woo-de-woo. If you scared to come out of your shell and speak your mind, then you have fear. You know what I'm saying? If you are scared, and this could be other things too. If you are scared to step out of your comfort zone, if you are scared to, you know, you may not like what you're doing right now. But you may be scared to take that next step and to just go see and take a risk. You know what I'm saying? You see this on my neck, risk taker. You know what I'm saying? You may be scared to take a risk and go do something else for your life and just see what happens, because you may be scared that, you know, the outcome of it may not be great. Okay, if the outcome of it is not great, at least you tried. Keep moving. Keep doing what you got to do. The universe is on your side. When you show the universe that you want something, the universe ain't gonna play games about you. But when you show the universe that you got fear in your ass, and you gonna keep getting the same shit that you settling for. Period. You're gonna get what you think you deserve. Period. All right. So that's sign number 5, that you are a programmed individual. Sign number 6, you worry about things or people. This is a crazy one. This is a lot of mothers need to hear this one. You worry about things or people. You may be concerned. You may have a child. You may have you may have black children, you know, and all this Black Lives Matter stuff going on in the world may have your ass shook. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a sign that you are a programmed individual, because first things first, all this shit on the media, all this shit on the news, all this shit is fake. They just putting this shit into your soul, into your brain to install fear, right? So that's another part of fear. So if you worrying about shit, you're not supposed to be worrying about shit when you know that the universe is on your side. We are the universe. The universe is inside of us, right? So that's a sign right there that your ass is a programmed individual if you are worried about shit. If you always complaining and, oh, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen, and you not doing what you want to do because you worried, or you just worried about shit or people. You could be worried about a person or a thing. You just worried about the outcome of shit. Stop giving a fuck about the outcome. Just do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So that's another sign right there that you are a programmed individual. That's sign number 6. Sign number 7, you still make egotistical decisions. You still make egotistical decisions, right? So you still operate out of your ego, not your heart, right? So that means, like, you know, you may want something, but the way that you're gonna proceed to get that something, you're gonna move out of your ego. You're not gonna do something for, you know, everybody. You're gonna do what you're gonna do just for you. You know what I'm saying? That's called selfish. That's called selfishness, and that's acting out of your ego. But it's a plenty of different examples of you acting out of your ego, right? The ego is with fear. The ego has fear, you know, all programmed things, fear, low vibrational entities, all that type of shit. You are vibing low if you are moving out of your ego. All right, you may be a person that's like, you could be walking down the street and a nigga could just call you ugly, and if you let that shit affect you because he calls you ugly, first of all, that means that you don't know yourself. Second of all, that means you operating out of your ego. If you about to fight this nigga because he calls you ugly, then that means you are a programmed individual, because that's moving out of the ego. Moving out of your heart is like, okay, you know, I love this nigga no matter what. You know what I'm saying? As long as he don't come around me and put his hands on me, then we Gucci. You know what I'm saying? That's moving out of love, out of the heart chakra. That's what you're supposed to be moving out of, because love is the most high vibrational force on this planet, right? So that is sign number 7, that you are a programmed individual in society. That means you are a programmed individual in society. If you get 5 of these signs, then you are a programmed individual. If you get 3 of these signs, then you just got some things that you need to work on. All right. If you get, you know, just 1 of these signs or whatever like that, that just means, you know, like, that's just one little thing that you need to work on. But if you got 5 of these signs or more, then you are damn sure a programmed individual, and you need to shift your whole reality. All right. Sign number 8. You use your ego before your heart. I basically just spoke on that in this last one. All right. You use your ego before your heart, meaning that, you know, you gonna think out of your ego before you think out of your heart. So, okay, if you see a homeless person and you got $100,000 on your ass, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna not give the homeless person? Are you just gonna walk past the homeless person and just say fuck it because he stinks, because he has a bad odor on him? Or are you gonna just, you know what I'm saying? Or are you gonna toss him whatever you want to toss him? Who gives a fuck about how he smells or none of that type of shit? At the end of the day, if you operate out of your heart, you Gucci, right? So, like I said, that is another sign that you are a programmed individual in society, all right? Sign number 9, that you are a programmed individual in society. You believe everything you hear on the news and the media. Like I just said in the previous steps, you believe everything you hear on the news and the media. All this Ukrainian war shit, you know what I'm saying? All this all this, you know, I can't speak on it on this camera, but you know, the shit where you gotta put your mask on, all that goofy ass shit, all this disease shit, you believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? You believe in that shit. You don't, you think that shit's real. You know what I'm saying? You let all this shit on the media install fear in your ass and you believe that shit. That is a sign that you are a programmed individual, because I told you in previous videos on my channel, that shit is fake. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is fake. That shit ain't real. And then this new little shit they talking about, this monkeypox shit, that shit is fake. They just doing this to keep y'all, you know, stuck in your fucking ego, thinking about shit rather than going for your goals, your dreams, and you know, and shooting for the stars. They want you to be so tied into this shit on the media. You watching the news every goddamn day. You are a programmed individual. All right, if you watch, it's okay to watch the news, but if you watching it and you really getting scared off that shit, you are a programmed individual in society. All right. Sign number 10, that you are a programmed individual. You let money and materialism define you and yourself and others. So basically, if somebody got $100,000 over there, and somebody over there got only like $500, you gonna run to the nigga over there with $100,000, not even knowing how his heart is, not even knowing what type of thinking he's on, not even knowing where his mind is at. You gonna run over there rather than run over here to the person that probably got the beautifulest heart, you know what I'm saying, will probably do anything for you, you know what I'm saying, but you gonna fucking fuck with the nigga over here. That means you are egotistical, you still thinking out of your ego, you know what I'm saying, and that means you are a programmed individual, all right? So, like I said, guys, if any of these signs resonate with you, you need to just switch, you need to fix them up. Like I said, I ain't here to sugarcoat shit, you know what I'm saying? Look, this ain't no fairy tale. This is me keeping it a buck with y'all. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? All right. Sign number 11, that you are a programmed individual in society. You judge books by their covers. Basically what I just said in this last one. You judge books by their covers. So if a person over there got roughed up ass clothes on, you gonna say fuck him rather than fuck with the person over there that, you know, he swagged down, he dripped, he got Gucci, Prada, you know what I'm saying? Louis Vuitton, you know what I'm saying? All that designer shit, which is okay to wear designer. I'm not saying it's not okay to wear designer, but you don't use your discernment. You're supposed to have discernment. You're supposed to open your third eye, your pineal gland, and use your discernment on folks. You're not supposed to just look at a nigga just because he dressing bummy and think, oh, I don't want to fuck with him, or I don't want to talk to him, or just because a nigga got, or just because a nigga got a smile on his face, you gon' no, listen, this is another way that you could think in a judge-tistical way. You could look at this person over here and think, oh, he got a smile on his face, he's nice. And then you could look at this person over here and be like, oh, he looked like the Grinch who stole Christmas. So you gonna go fuck with this person, when in reality, this nice looking ass motherfucker gonna slit your throat before this nigga over here looking like the Grinch will save your ass when you about to get your ass beat. You see what I'm saying? You gotta take that ego, that's all egotistical ass shit. You gotta snatch that shit and throw it in the ocean. Alright? Bury that shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause that means you are a programmed individual. You are a robot. Alright? And look, it is what it is. I ain't sugarcoating shit. I told you. You judge book by their cover. You know the term, don't judge a book by its cover. That shit is not cap. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers out here got smiles on their face and you think that that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Just because a nigga, you may walk into the store, you know what I'm saying, and see somebody with a just looking kind of angry. That could just be them. That could just be how they look. They could be feeling so good on the inside, but you could have ruined their whole day just because you said, hey, smile, man, smile. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you don't know shit. You gotta open your pineal gland and be able to read energy. It's not about what you see, it's about the inside. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the flesh. Alright? With all that being said, sign number 12, that you are a programmed individual of society. All you see is the flesh. Oh, that's what I was just talking about right here. All you see is the flesh. So that means you don't realize that we are not the body, we are the soul. You are not your body, you are not your finger, you are not your hand, you are not this avatar. This avatar will not be here forever. You will eventually ascend, all right? It ain't no descending. You will ascend. We descended down here, but you too busy stuck up in the flesh. Another way that you could be too busy stuck up in the flesh, you see a sexy, bad little bitch, right? And you think, oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to mess with her. I want to put a ring on her finger. But then you see a girl over here. She could be pretty, but she not as sexy as the girl over there. So your ass gonna go running over here. When in reality, this girl would cheat on your ass with 10 niggas, you know what I'm saying? Let you come inside her, take your kid and keep your kids away from you. When in reality, this girl over here that don't look kind of like her, but she's still pretty, She ain't gonna do none of that shit. She gonna make sure you got a food meal, cook food meal home every night, and she gonna give you what you need. She gonna give you what you need. You know what I'm saying? She gonna make you, get you right, keep you healthy. You know what I'm saying? Keep you beneficial. But this girl over here ain't gonna do nothing but toxic ass shit and you know, all that bullshit. All right? That means that you are a programmed individual. If you are still looking at the flesh rather than reading energy and using your pineal gland. All right? Sign number 13, that you are a programmed individual of society. You follow/trust sources outside of yourself rather than yourself. So you don't trust yourself. You think that you need a word from anybody out here in order to know how to move around. You need validation from others in order for you to keep going. All right? That's a sign that you are a programmed individual, that you need validation from other folks. You can't move on your own. You can't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself. Right? You think you've been through so much traumatic shit in your past that it got up to you, and you feel like, you know, the way you move is food, and you feel like you don't know how to tap into your soul. You got to tap into your soul. Look at my previous videos on the channel. I already told you guys, tap into your soul. Anything that you want in this world is from it. You got to seek it in yourself first before you seek it from outside, from others, because everybody else out here, if you try to seek anything else from anybody outside of you, it's just going to use you. It's just going to consume you. They're going to use you, or it's going to use you. All right? Sign number 14, that you are a programmed individual. You can't stay still. You're always moving, meaning you work. It's okay to, you know, be active. It's okay. It ain't nothing wrong with being active. But if your ass is constantly working, and don't say, oh, I have to, I can't, you know, I got to put food on the table. Nah, you got to understand that it's other ways out, but you got to actually figure that shit out. You got to learn the research. You got to tap into your brain. But the problem is, motherfuckers working so goddamn much that society got them fucked up in the brain to where they don't even know how to search shit up. They don't even know how to do that research and tap into shit. That's why I say, watch all my previous videos if you got this problem and, you know, get by in this situation, all right? That's another sign that you are a programmed individual. Sign number 15, you're still mad at somebody or something. You got a grudge right now in your heart. You still got, you know, it could have been 15 years ago, it could have been yesterday, it could have been last week. You still mad at people. You still got grudges in your heart. You still, you know what I'm saying? You know, you was a programmed individual because you still get mad at certain individuals. You still get mad at people. You still keep grudges in your heart. You still over here tripping off motherfuckers because, you know, they did something to you when you wasn't supposed to even give a fuck in the first place. If you ain't care what other people think, then your ass wouldn't even been in that situation in the first place. You see what I'm trying to tell you? You wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. But at the end of the day, the universe is not going to work on your side if you have envy in your heart. You can't have no envy. You can't have no, you know, you can't be mad at nobody. You can't be on none of that type of shit. You can't be on none of that type of time. You got to take all that shit out of you because, like I said, the highest and powerfulest force in this universe is love. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that other shit and fuck what they told you. It's love. That don't mean that you gotta be a bitch. That means that you gotta operate out of your heart chakra rather than operating out of your mind and your ego. All right? Your ego is going to make you hold a grudge. Somebody may have even trauma. Somebody may have molested you in the past, years ago, but you have to let that shit go. You gotta love them from a distance, all right? But if you still, you know, if you got that shit in your heart still, you know what I'm saying? You know. I mean, it ain't no lying to me. You lie to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know. All right? Sign number 16, that you are a programmed individual in society. This video has you offended. You're mad at me speaking this shit to you right now. That's sign number 16. This is a serious one. This video has you offended, meaning that means you are still inside of your ego right now because you're not thinking to yourself like, okay, damn, I got shit I gotta work on. Okay, coolio. And on top of that, you're letting my words offend you. See, this is just how I come. I'm just a hardcore ass nigga like this. Just because I'm speaking like this, I may call you a robot. Okay, but does that mean you are a robot? If you think that means you are a robot, then you was a robot. But if you don't think you was a robot, and if you say to yourself, nah, I'm not a robot, I just gotta work on myself. I just got shit that I just got past trauma shit that I gotta work on, and you know, it is what it is. This is life. Who asked to come down here? We are living in hell. All right? So nobody asked to come down here, so you can't be hard on yourself. You gotta love yourself. So don't sit here and be like, oh, you know, oh, he called me a robot. He said I'm programmed. That means that you are a programmed individual. That's another sign right there that you are a programmed individual because you give a fuck about how I'm coming. You're not supposed to care about how I'm coming. You're supposed to hear the message. You're not supposed to care about how I'm delivering it. All right? So that's sign number 16, that you are a programmed individual. All right? Sign number 17, that you are a programmed individual. This is the last one, right? You don't balance out your diet. You don't balance out your diet, all right? Now, we all love us some chips. We all love us some Lay's. We all love us some, you know what I'm saying? We be getting our grub on. But if you doing that shit every goddamn night, then you are a programmed individual. You have to understand that you have to eat to live. Anything that you put inside your body, you're investing that into your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual health. You see what I'm saying? So you need to invest into some fruits. Even though whole tea, the way the government going down right now, I don't even fuck with the fruits because you know they be putting shit in the fruits. So I don't even, you know what I'm saying? But that's a decision for you to make. But with all that being said, you got to invest into some, you know, a good diet. Eat you some salads. Learn how to balance it out. Some days you can have this, some days you can have that. But if you eating junk food and all this crazy ass shit like meat and all this shit every goddamn day, all right, then you are a programmed individual. Now listen. Another thing that you can do for your body is fast. When you don't eat food and when you go the whole day or go a couple hours without eating food, your body is cleansing itself. Your body is taking all that negative bacteria out of you. All right? It's cleansing itself. You have to learn how to fast. Some of y'all just eat, and never stop. And never stop. And that's the issue. That is a problem because all that negative bacteria is just building up. And that's the issue. And then on top of that, you eating bad shit. You eating low vibrational shit. Like I said, what you eat, you become. So you are what you eat. So if you eating dead animals, then that's what you are going to operate like. That's how you are going to think, and that's how you are going to move. With all that being said, it's your boy Spirit D signing out. I hope y'all got this message. Love, fam. Love.